everyone, Dr. Riaad Moosa here, and today we are talking about populism and how it can threaten our young and fragile democracy. Populism is defined as a style of politics or movement that champions the common person. As isms go, it sounds quite light and fun. Hey, populism. It sounds like the Katy Perry of isms, not dark and evil like fascism, which is the fash of isms, or the death metal of isms. But did you know populism, in the wrong hands, can very quickly lead to fascism? Am I blowing your mind? Am I blowing your mind? Like imagine two lighties playing liquor on the beach together. They've got their sand buckets out and they're building a sweet little sand castle and the aunties are chatting under the umbrella. The sun is out and everyone, yay, is happy. And then another lightie comes along and asks the kids building the sand castle, hey, can I play with? And they're like, sure, my bruh, it's a liquor day. There's space for everyone over here. We're feeling it. We're feeling it. But then this new bruh starts modifying the sandcastle. And it starts building turrets, a Moosa big cannon, a huge moat, deep and wide. And the kids are like, why are you building a moat? And the new kid says, to keep out the sea, bruh. And they're like, But also the blacks and the whites and the Chinese. What? And then the new kid is like, look, a seagull. And then the first kid's like, where's the seagull? And they get distracted and try to spot the seagull. But then he puts a dragon on the turret. And the kids are like, hey, whoa, that's a plastic toy dragon, right? And then, it's not a real dragon, is it? And the new kid says, yeah, it's plastic, it's fine, of course not. Next thing you know, there's fire coming out of the dragon's mouth. And the aunties, their eyebrows burnt off. And the ice cream is melting. And there's all the umbrellas. And everybody is manged. They've got singed eyebrows, they're running for their lives. And all that's left is new kid with his Moosa military sandcastle and a fire-breathing dragon. Has that never happened to you? Okay, but anyways, that's how populism turns to fascism. We've seen the same thing happening politically. Like in the 1920s, the German people, the Germans, were crying out for change from the established, stuffy, old Weimar Republic. Is that how you say it? Weimar. And they thought they were kowtowing to the west of the World War I reparations. So Hitler rode into power on a wave of populism, saying that he would give Germany back to the Germans. And as soon as he was in office, Hitler turned Germany into a Nazi fascist state, targeting millions of Jews, foreigners, LGBTQI, but that wasn't called that then. There's a new, terminology and group, but it's the same people. And the disabled. And it didn't end in a musical comedy, okay? Also recently, we all know, in America, we saw Trump leveraging populist fervor with his Make America Great, folks. Make America Great, fantastic, so great. Trump organized massive rallies in cities where people felt disenfranchised, played to the crowd's base instinct, calling Mexicans rapists, the rapists, folks. Some of them are great, but they're very rapists. They're good people, but some of them are rapists. Saying he built a wall to keep foreigners out. All his populist rhetoric emboldened the Ku Klux Klan, bruh, to openly walk the streets, fueling the environment of hate, intolerance, and fear of the other that Trump himself had created. A month after Trump was voted out of office, militant Trump supporters stormed the Capitol Hill. Remember that? The bastion of American democracy. And to make it worse, the guy did it in a Jamiroquai hat, dude. How dare you do that to Jamiroquai? Virtual insanity. So let's talk about left-wing populism in South Africa. Wow, for starters, you all know this guy, Julius Malema, aka Juju, leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, the EFF. The party also like to fight with other members of parliament. Yeah. Juju is a master of spin, and everything he does is carefully calculated to rouse up anger and resentment of those who feel alienated by the current political system. This is what he does. First of all, the beret, specifically designed to conjure up the image of the famous freedom fighter Che Guevara. Who wore it best? Bruh, Juju, you lose, bruh. You lose. Next, the overalls. designed to appeal to the working men and the working women of South Africa. Note the optional mining hat and beret mix and match. You too can get the look. But here's the thing, while Julius, his 2IC, Floyd Shivambu, and the rest of the EFF say they are fighting for economic freedom of the common man, while they're saying that, their lavish lifestyles and corrupt behavior further impoverish the man in the street. If you roll up the overall sleeves that Julius only wears for show in Parliament, you'll find, what? A Breitling watch. Because when it's time for revolution, I like to be on time. Open the garage of one of his luxury homes and you'll find luxury German cars. Open his wardrobe, you'll find Versace suits. And while he criticizes the elite to garner support from the working class, he is the elite. You dress like them, bro. What's worse is this lavish lifestyle has been funded through the looting of VBS Mutual Bank, including pension funds. Pension funds that were meant to look after the very working class people Malema, Shivambu, and his EFT cronies claim to champion. So how have they hoodwinked the working class to vote for them while they steal from them? Vote for them while they steal from them. Let me answer it like this. The forests were shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe, for the axe was clever and convinced the trees that because his handle was made of wood, he was one of them. I don't know why I did a King Julian voice, but it seemed apt. In addition to his very calculated populist image talk, he talks about nationalizing banks and mines and making private property ownership a thing of the past. If Juju had his way, all property would belong to the state, and judging by his looting of VBS Bank, we all know how that's gonna end. Eh? More mansions, more Breitling watches, more Versace suits, and more charming luxury cars. For Juju, bruh. For Juju. Now, apart from nationalization spelling financial doom for South Africa, as it has done for every country that has adopted it, Julius's proposed policies are a massive threat to our democracy. They fly in the face of the Constitution that allows for free enterprise and freedom to own property. It's a recipe for disaster. So in closing, is populism always a bad thing? No, not necessarily. Keeping with the recipe theme, just like a good curry, we need a bit of spice in our democracy to remind ourselves of the everyday struggles of the people and not just get complacent with the ruling party and the status quo, but in the hands of a wrong chef. We all know. Spice can send a curry lover and a democracy straight to the toilet. This is Riaad Moosa for Under the Microscope. Thanks for watching, and remember guys, be wary of populist leaders, especially the ones wearing Breitling watches. Don't believe the hype. After his recent stint on Metro FM, we know what Julius would be doing if he wasn't a politician. There are organizations that are genuinely helping the poor and working class in this country. They are there. Support them, guys. Join them. Volunteer. See the links below. And as always, leave us with your comments. We want to know what you have to say. I'm Dr. Riaad Moosa. I'll see you next time.